So the last derivation of this chapter, because here we have to prove that Bohr has said that the energy is not continuous; it is in the form of discrete energy levels. So by using this expression, he proved mathematically that the energy is not distributed continuously or uniformly. The energy is distributed discrete. That has been completely explained by using Bohr's postulates. For this, we have to know what is the radius of nth orbit of hydrogen atom. So what is the radius of nth orbit of hydrogen atom? Let us remember once. N square h square epsilon naught by pi m z e square. So this is the radius of nth orbit of hydrogen atom. So this we required to make. So the expression is very similar and as same as the expression derived by energy of orbits by Rutherford. But the only difference is he calculated the energy, but he calculated radius. He just substituted and get the answer for energy of nth orbit of hydrogen atom. As usual, we will go like that. Center nucleus, an electron is revolving around the nucleus and an orbit of radius r. So what we can say at same phenomenon. What that? At equilibrium. What is at equilibrium? Centripetal force is balanced by electrostatic force. What is centripetal force? M v square by Rn. Electrostatic force 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Z square by Rn square. Rn cancel. What do you get? M v square is equals to Z square by 4 pi epsilon naught Rn. So we are stopping here only. Why? Because we have to calculate energy. An electron in certain orbit possesses both potential energy and kinetic energy. We know very well. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy Ke is equals to of mv square. Already we have mv square. Just we substitute the value here. Therefore, kinetic energy becomes Z square by 2 into 4. 8 pi epsilon naught Rn. We got kinetic energy. Now, here this is positive charge and this is negative charge. Two charges are separated by some distance. It possesses electrostatic force as well as potential energy. We have the formula for potential energy of two charges. U is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze into minus E by Rn. That equals to what? Minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square by Rn. We got potential energy and kinetic energy. So, total energy of orbit. Total energy of orbit E equals to what? Potential energy plus kinetic energy. What is potential energy here? En is equals to minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Z square by Rn plus kinetic energy Z square by 8 pi epsilon naught Rn. If you keenly observe, what are the quantities here remains common? Z square, Rn, Rn. Here 4 pi epsilon naught. Here 8 pi epsilon naught can be written as 2 into 4 pi epsilon naught. So, En is equals to minus Z square by 4 pi epsilon naught Rn. Sorry. Here minus 1 plus minus 1 by 2. What do you get? En is equals to minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2. So, 8 pi epsilon naught Rn. So, till now, here, up to here, Rutherford also explained and said that energy is negative, which is bound to the nucleus. But he hasn't given the explanation, exact value why it is discrete. So, by Bohr has calculated the radius of nth orbit and substitute here. Substituting, we know that what is the radius of nth orbit? N square h square epsilon naught by pi m Z square. Therefore, En is equals to minus jd square by 8 pi epsilon naught n square h square epsilon naught by pi m z square. Pi cancel. That's it. Therefore, En is equals to z square e power 4 m by n square h square epsilon naught square. So this is the expression for energy of nth orbit of hydrogen atom. 4 by 8 h square epsilon naught square into n square by z square. So here m is constant, mass of the electron. E, what is E? Charge of electron. H, Planck's constant, and epsilon naught is permittivity of medium. So we know all these values are constant. Substituting all these values, we get the answer as minus 13.6 by n square z square into electron volts. So this is the final value for energy of nth orbit of hydrogen. Let us prove for n is equals to 1 and hydrogen atom. Only we are discussing here hydrogen atom. E 1 is equals to minus 13.6 electron volts. If you take any values 2, E2 is equals to minus 13.6 by 4. What do you get? Minus 3.4 electron volts. N is equals to 3. E3 is equals to minus 13.6 by 9. That is equals to minus 1.51 electron volts. Have you observed clearly here? First energy level is minus 13.6 electron volts. Second one minus 3.4 electron volts. Third one is minus 1.51 electron volts. Have you observed the difference between these three levels are same? No. So if the difference between these two levels is not same, they are not uniform. They are what? Discrete. So by using this derivation, we prove that the energy levels are distributed discrete. So the emitted spectrum has discrete energy levels.